to send a special shout out to Boogie Bentley, Dauber, and the Indie Kid over at the Talkin VAWLS Network on YouTube. I also want to ask y'all to go smash that like button and subscribe to their channel on YouTube. Go Big Orange.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I want to take another look at the transfer portal and an option for Tennessee. This one has some interesting connections. We'll get into it. It's Kameron Butler from Miami of Ohio. You can see here on Twitter where he announced that he is entering into the transfer portal. And it's interesting. You know, it's 2022. This is the new college football. It is what it is. Whether you like it or whether you hate it, we're going to have to adapt to it. But you can see the tweet there. Thank you to Miami for an amazing 4 years. I've made great memories on and off the field with my teammates. With that being said, I've entered my name into the transfer portal. Can't wait to see where this takes me. And again, you know, we all know how this transfer portal thing works. We see the top players all across the country enter their name into the portal. We talk about NIL deals, college athletes being paid, but I think we can also look at it as an audition. You know, you look at a guy like Isaiah Nair, who didn't have many offers coming out of high school, goes to Wyoming, proves himself on the field, enters the transfer portal, tons of offers come in. Same with the kid from Albany, Jared Verse, same type of deal. Not a whole lot of offers coming out of high school, goes and proves himself. It's like the minor leagues, and then they end up going on to play in the SEC, or as Jared Verse goes on to play at Florida State. Could that be the case with Kameron Butler, a guy that has proven it in the MAC? Can he take that next step and prove it in the SEC? We'll get into it. As always, do me a favor, smash that like button just below the video. If you would so kindly press that thumbs up, helps the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. If you enjoy the content, just press that little thumbs up. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you like the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. So let's talk a little bit about Kameron Butler, 6'3", 250-pound edge rusher out of the state of Kentucky. He was a first-team All-MAC selection for 2021. He had 53 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks this season. And again, going back to the story coming out of high school, he was no real big-time offers when he came out of high school. The lone SEC offer was Vanderbilt. He also had some offers from Purdue, Virginia, and Northwestern. But again, can he take that next step? How much value do you put into a first-team All-MAC selection? Again, he was a 3-star. He was the 13th ranked player in the state of Kentucky. In high school, he did lead his team to a state championship. Again, All-MAC selection, first-team All-MAC selection in 2021. He was a second-team All-MAC selection in 2020 and also in 2019. So what's the connection? What is his connection to the Tennessee staff? Well, this news dropped just prior to Kameron Butler entering his name into the transfer portal, and that's Evan Crabtree joins Tennessee's staff. When you take a look, short and sweet article here, it says Evan Crabtree has joined Tennessee's staff under second-year head coach Josh Heupel. Crabtree comes to Tennessee after serving as a graduate assistant at Miami University. He will serve as a graduate assistant working with special teams at Tennessee. Played at Miami University from 2015 to 2019. He served as the Redhawks long snapper and appeared in 47 games. So a graduate assistant, you've got that connection, you've got that relationship if Tennessee does have interest. But again, it comes back to, will they go down this road? When you look at 2022 and the edge position, you know, I think when we talk about outside linebacker, edge rushing guys, Tennessee, the need is inside. They need help at inside linebacker, but you also have to question why Rodney Garner was going after Jared Verse. Was it one of those deals where Jared Verse is a one-of-a-kind type talent that he had to have him? But we see, you know, James Pierce recently got bumped to a 5-star. Can he contribute? I don't know if Rodney Garner has everything he wants on that defensive line. So even though there are needs at inside linebacker, even though we have needs in the major needs in the secondary, but you look at the edge position, you've got Byron Young coming back. You've got Roman Harrison coming back. Where would Kameron Butler fit in on this defensive line? Could he make an impact? Could he add depth? One of the things that I liked when I was trying to do some research, couldn't really find a whole lot in terms of a scouting report. But when it comes to work ethic, Kameron Butler is not lacking. His coach at Miami University, Chuck Martin, has a quote. He says, "I've been coaching football for 29 years, and I'm talking every day at practice. His motor runs as hot as any player I've ever coached." Says even our hardest working teammates would tell you Cam Butler never has an off switch. He just plays at a feverish pace and a relentless pursuit. He's become one of the premier players in our league. So the question to you guys, what do you think? Do you think when you look at the MAC or you look at these other conferences, and in 2022 with the transfer portal, can you take a guy like this? Can you look at his numbers on the field of play? Again, 2019 had 45 tackles, 5.5 sacks. 2020 shortened season because of COVID for the MAC conference. 2021, 53 tackles, 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and also had an interception. What does that mean in translation to the SEC? Can Kameron Butler contribute to this football team? I don't think Tennessee's going to do anything soon. I think, as we've talked about over the last few days, it sounds like Tennessee is going to get through spring. They are still evaluating every player that enters the portal. Sounds like they're not going to add anybody before spring's practice even starts. And, they were looking to add Isaiah Nair, so that spot's open. You had a player transfer out recently. That's another spot open. What are the numbers going to look like as Tennessee comes out of spring practice and goes into the summer? And we've talked about it before. A lot of you guys have asked, Boogie, who's going to be left? Who's going to be there after spring practice? Are there going to be any options after the spring? But when you look back to last year, Tennessee added a lot over the summer. They added a lot to this roster. Javonte Payton, Jawan Mitchell, who's another guy that, I've talked about the last several weeks that I'm excited. Everything looks like Jawan Mitchell is coming back. Still rehabbing the shoulder, but it sounds like there's been conversations with his coaching staff. Now, this is rumor. I don't know what's true and what's not. But they told him if he wants to buy in, buy in. If not, he's out. He's done. And it sounds like Jawan Mitchell wants that opportunity, that second chance. Again, there were so many rumors last year that he wasn't buying in, but we really never got to see him get off the ground because of the injury. Tennessee added Caleb Tremblay. They added DeJoun Terry. They added some pieces to the puzzle. Brandon Turnage, Kamal Haddon. They added some guys throughout the summer. That opportunity is going to be there again. We talk about the transfer portal, guys coming out in waves right after their bowl games, right after the season ends, and then you're going to have another wave after you go through spring practice. You're going to see guys that feel like they're lost on the depth chart, that aren't going to get an opportunity wherever they're at. There is going to be talent. There will continue to be talent in that transfer portal. But I thought Kameron Butler was an interesting one to take a look at, not only because of the connection with the graduate assistant transferring. I don't know how much to put into that, but there is a relationship there. But also just to open up the conversation with not a lot of news breaking in Tennessee football right now. Open up the conversation of your guys' thoughts of going and getting a big-time player. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a big-time player that can't get on the field at an Alabama or a Georgia, or would you rather have a guy like Kameron Butler who has a body of work, second-team All-MAC 2 years in a row, first-team All-MAC this season? Which one do you put more value in? Hit that comment section to let me know. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. That link is in the description below. But any and all support, greatly appreciated. But that's it. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
Soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated and we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.